What do you go for? Rhino? Amplify? Quick supply? No. It's either of these two, I think. This might be slightly better eco. Aerial spec, okay. No fire on his hounds. Alright, so how do we do this? What do we do? Hounds ourselves? He's probably going more hounds or more crawlers. Void Eyes would actually be pretty good, but we probably need some chaff clear. If you just go for an Arclight. Or is Hounds better? Hounds might be better. Just because we could set fire with them later if we need to. That being said, he's got the extinguisher dogs, so you probably don't want to be using the dogs to set fire, given how expensive they are. We're the Rhino spec, okay. All right, we got the same setup. We almost build our board exactly the same here. He just gets an extra hound. We get an extra crawler. The hound is potentially better than the crawler. But the way he's positioned it, it's kind of gonna go into the tanks, which is not great for him. All right, pretty happy with the way we decided to do the first round. Okay, so Phantom Ray time, I think. So it's gonna be 3 Phantom Rays. You know, we're not aerial spec, so we can only go for 3 Phantom Rays. This is generally speaking pretty good to go 3 Phantom Rays, especially since he has no anti-air. He's probably gonna go for a Phoenix on round 2. Well, he's aerial spec, so you can do a lot of stuff. Seeing the Wraith makes me pretty happy. The Wraith is pretty bad into the Phantom Ray. So he will get some chaff clear, but the Phantom Rays will be able to take care of that. The Wasps with AA, okay, he's got Ignite. Interesting. Very interesting. The Ignite means the factory is going to be not so good. Very interesting to see this tech. He's got AA spec. He's got range. He's got all the good techs. Very interesting tech layout. Have never seen Ignite on Wasps, I think, ever. But you'd imagine that we have one turn where we can surprise him with the War Factory before the Ignite gets clicked. Pretty good tower timing for us. Could have ended pretty poorly. Could go for a supply spec. Let's see how much money we need here. I mean, does it really matter 50 extra resources? Alright, so we need to level this guy up. That's the problem. So that right away makes me think we cannot afford this, because after this it's 500. We click this. It's 400. We could go 2 Phantom Rays, but I don't think you want to go Phantom Rays when he already has the Wasp. I think we transition to Mustang or something, or could go for 2 Mustangs. I think I mean, Mustangs are always good. He can go to Raidens. He can go into, like Phoenix is good too. That's the thing. Okay, I think we can take this just because we have enough for like 2 Mustangs. So his best move is to go AA spec Wasp, or he can go for some kind of like boat play or a combination. The Phoenix is not going to be great into the Wasp. So I think it's ideally I go for 1 Mustang, 1 Phoenix. We don't have the money, so I can just go for 2 Mustangs, or I could go for like 2 Mustangs and a crawler. Leveling this guy up is going to be not great, so kind of don't have a choice here. But I mean, the Mustangs should be okay in all situations. They're a generically good unit. There we go. Actually sells out of the Wraith, which is good. And now we have the perfect counter to him. Leveling up the Mustang, leveling this guy up was potentially a mistake. And the Phoenixes, we don't want Phoenixes. We kind of need chaff clear though. So we're gonna rely on our Phantom Rays for chaff clear. We might even get levels. Nope. Okay, so that ended pretty much. That result was like the best possible result you could have asked for. Okay. Absorption module? Not on this guy, right? They're gonna do anything? It might actually, but 38k isn't a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of HP. I think we just skip here. I mean, we can go for another supply enhancement. Let's think about this. I think it might be overkill, but it could be a good idea. This guy eventually will need to get sold, but can leave him around for now. We need chaff clear, right? Can go for fire, but again, he's got the hounds. I think we just go more hounds ourselves here. So we can afford more hounds. We can, we can click aerial spec on the Mustang, but it's a little too much money to click aerial spec. We need to think about what he's gonna do. I think we also want to go Phoenixes, but let's just go more hounds right now. Do we get the extra supply or do we skip? So yeah, we need range, 3 more hounds. I think we can afford this. So this is one of the first times we're actually going for hounds, because if he already has the hounds, then it kind of doesn't make sense to go for some kind of fire play, because he's going to be able to counter it pretty easily. Could try to missile this, but I think he might level it up. Okay, gets the oil down. It's going to be a really nice oil. Does not have the fire yet. Goes for the Phoenixes, which makes a lot of sense. The Phoenixes don't really do anything because there's no heavy unit except for this one Rhino. He's actually doing a lot. Now our chaff clear has gone through the roof. So this is the first time we've clicked range and build multiple hounds. It's not hound carry, it's just hound chaff clear. That requires a technology. And the reason we did this is because in a previous game where we lost, we discovered that it's actually better to just do this than force the fire when he has already the extinguisher. I think the portable shield could be an option for this Rhino. It's probably not horrible. It is doing some tanking, but for the money, I don't know. Could be not horrible. Let's go for it. So we'll upgrade these guys. Don't think we necessarily need much more. It's gonna probably try to burn us. Doesn't matter too much. Probably get another hound here, but let's start building our Phoenix army. Definitely need Phoenixes. Because he's gonna be building some heavy units that can counter our hounds. Because the hounds they're not that strong of a unit. They're pretty weak in general, so that's quite easy to counter. Do we go for temp range or do we go for like temp attack? Maybe temp range is good. So he's thinking that we're gonna burn. I don't know why he's thinking that we're gonna burn. What is this for? Okay, so he's going for the sledges. The sledges are gonna counter the... I guess they're gonna counter the hounds. Let's remember, the only reason why we have the hounds is because he's got chaff. We try to clear his chaff, including his own hounds. We're not trying to kill his sledges with our hounds. And that's a very, very expensive spell. Like, that's gonna send him back. I don't know... Okay, so he goes for the sledges on the flank. Very convenient that we put the phoenixes there. That was a very risky EMP for him. That's a very expensive EMP for him. Looks like the shield here of the Rhino is doing quite a bit. And this is not great for him after spending that much on the spell and these flanks that did nothing. So, yeah, this could be very bad for him. Okay, improved war factory is interesting, but do we need to go for an improved war factory right now? Or, you know, I think we could. He's going to EMP us again. Improved war factory is interesting. If he doesn't click ignite, we could just throw one here with range. So we need, it's going to be, I guess it's going to be 1,000 plus the unlock 1,200. 1,200 plus the armor 1,400. Could work as a finisher. It really could. Very tempted to go for this. But we almost don't need to. That's the problem. He could go for one. So for that reason, we'll go for one. If he builds this, we're kind of screwed. Now we can sell this, right? If we sell this, we get 1,200. We get 1,500 total. It's not enough to get the level 2 one. Well, we can get a single level 2. Yeah, that might even be better. A single level 2 without the armor could actually be pretty good. Maybe we'll put this guy here, and let's just think about the positioning here. I think this is fine. Could be more like here as well. In the middle is probably fine. What is this Raiden hit squad doing? Kind of scary, this Raiden hit squad. It's not going to lock onto the factory, which is not good, but we can kill everything here. I think we kind of win. Only problem is this tower, but even if he does get our tower, feels like he's got too much to kill, but yep, it's not good. However, the level 2 war factory is doing a lot. I think we can kill him here. No, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, at least we didn't go for a tech here. Okay, so he's got the melter. We'll sell out. He's got the Vulcans. This might be starting to look bad for us. Let's assume he's going to go for the melter. We got to go for something, but we can't sell. We probably want the Vulcan, to be fair. I think, right? Or no? An Overlord here, is that going to do anything? Will it just get zapped, or will it kill stuff? I mean, he's going to put, like, melting points down, you'd imagine. 550. We got to think quick. 550. This is 650. I'd almost prefer the overlords, just so we get more chaff clear, but I don't think we need chaff clear. Let's go for this. Okay, we'll continue to, we'll just leave this factory there, I think. It's not horrible to have the factory. Let's get more phoenixes online. Start selling these tanks. And maybe we make a beacon for this guy, like. Okay, the melter is online indeed. Ooh, we actually did not connect with the but we do get breaks. This is a very nice beacon for us. Somehow we lose the level 2 unit there. But this is terrifying. Now we're getting to the tower. This melter isn't working anymore. Okay, so now we're kind of in some deep trouble. Very deep trouble. Went for the finisher, but we didn't expect this raid and hit squad. So now we just need to deal with this. I think Sandworm is a good transition out, but the problem is the boat's kind of committed on this side here that did nothing. So there's a couple problems. Additional deploy is interesting. Don't think it's... let's see here. Okay, we can go for... I think we go for the Sandworms, actually, to tank everything. So we can go for a portable shield. Let's sell out of this. Let's go for level 2 Sandworms. Mecdiv. Nope, I don't know if we... I don't know about the beacon. I don't think we need a beacon. I think if we just move everything normally, I think it's fine. Go range on this, I think. And probably try to beacon this guy backwards. Surprisingly, there's no fire. It almost feels like we're trying to get burned. What the hell? How did that get insta-zapped? Okay, they're level 2 Raidens. Forgot to click Mecdiv. That's horrible. That was the whole point of us getting the Sandworm. That might have been a huge, huge mistake. But the Mecdiv doesn't do anything here. It does more like here. Against the, now this is getting super out of control. I don't think the Mecdiv would have worked. Alright, let's go back to that round where the improved factory came out. We need to do 1285. Obviously, if we put the factory on the corner, I think it would have been good, but yeah. Okay, so how do we deal with this? So we get more Raidens coming out. Raidens usually go a Wasp, but it's not going to be an option, so it's just more Phoenix, maybe more Mustang, maybe even level 2. I'd say 2 more Phoenix, 1 more Mustang. Probably want range on the Phoenix. Probably want range on the Mustang as well. Maybe we sell out of 1 pack. Probably want aerial spec actually on the Mustang. Let's just see how this goes. Now the spell actually was pretty, slowing our units down a little bit. It's not a huge deal, but don't think we win this. Maybe that's because of the EMP. So let's assume that we shield the EMP, or we just do EMP of our own. Like if we EMP of our own, probably good as well. So we probably just EMP here. You would never EMP this section. So the way he played it was pretty smart. We can probably get rid of this guy. Probably put a shield here. Let's say we shield the EMP for this. Yeah, maybe we even go into Mech Rage. Get another one here on the side. And maybe one Phoenix, or, I mean, kind of have enough Mustangs. Probably just need more Phoenixes. Could oil him also. Missile here. Normally we would put a missile here, but he's got the missile interceptor, but that's fine. So we don't have any chaff clear, that's a problem here, because our dogs got zapped. He's going really hard in on this corner, but we should be able to win this side pretty well, especially with the Mech Rage now. That being said, it's not looking so great even here. Alright, so I don't know. Looks like the factory wasn't the most horrible play, given that it's kind of hard to figure out what else to do. I mean, wasps are always an option, right? But do we go wasp when he has a wasp of our own? We could try that. It would complete everything, right? He's got this missile here. Generally speaking, though, I mean, if he's got a wasp already, why do we go into our own a wasp? Still shield this. Sell. Out of this guy. Now the wasps are going to help a lot with the over here. You both have wasps that don't have any text. They're all level 1, so perhaps the air chaff was a good idea here because it makes a huge difference. But we didn't know he was going to go Raiden. That was a complete surprise. I don't know if we would go like Raiden here. I mean, especially since he has the wasp, but we also have the Mustang that kills the wasp, so it's kind of weird. So we did 1246. That's with yeah, still not enough to kill him, but that's with a lot of knowledge. Now let's go back and see what happened here. So gets the melter drop, which is going to be always unfortunate. We try to beacon out of it. I think our problem was to go with this. This was a huge mistake. So we needed to go for something like, so this is 550, 550. This is like 650, right? So Probably better that we sell out of this. Just keep this guy around. We might want to light a fire somewhere. Like maybe we light a fire from here. I mean, we could still play around this, right? We could go like this. I'm really surprised that the missile interceptor didn't work. And let's see. So we'll go for range. Maybe even launcher overload, but I think minimum range. Go for the beacon. Do this. Get a crawler in front as well. Maybe like here. And then just beacon these guys like... I liked our original beacon. Okay. We need to buff this tower a little bit. I think at least 2 levels. Probably need something here also. Maybe we just put another crawler here just for some more chaff. And yeah, maybe even another crawler here just so we have some more stuff in front of the tower. Probably do a missile somewhere. Okay, let's see if this missile gets intercepted. Ooh, okay. It doesn't get intercepted, but the fire does come down. It's a nice beacon, you know, it's dodging everything. Everything's in the fire. It's shooting with range. Now it's not really a tank factory, it's more like a range factory. But do we have enough AA to take care of his Raidens? Probably. Maybe not. It just depends. Okay. Still think this one guy's gonna get demolished. Yeah. So now we're still down. The Raidens. So when you see the Raidens, you kind of need wasps, right? So I still don't mind this. This play is pretty cool with the oil. Maybe the missile interceptor needs to be here. I don't know. And maybe we don't go for this. Maybe we just go for like wasp chaff. So wasp chaff with shield would be pretty ideal into what he's doing. Just put 2 here. Still want to get at least a level. Do you have the beacon? We'd love to get range, but we're kind of out of money here. Maybe it's the missile interceptor that we don't need. I don't know. Maybe it's the shield on the wasp we don't need, or we can't afford. The range I think is good, just because it's now going to be beaconed like away, and so we need that extra range now. We can only get 1 level on the tower, which might be not good. But if we have 3 packs of wasps here, that's got to be enough to tank for the Raidens, right? Okay, so the missile still comes down. So we do, and this Vulcan isn't in the greatest of positions. Should get ignition pretty soon. Nope. Well, what if we just put this guy here? Let's say we sell out of this. We can even put 2 on the sides, right? Could go just for armor, just to have them kind of mainly be tanks. have this guy a little bit further out. Problem is, this is still going to get one shot pretty quick. So we might want this guy here. I think we probably want to oil him. Say this. The beams are still kind of spreading, but they're not chaining into the air. Well, so some of them are. So this level 1 improved war factory with armor still did a lot. I think it's equivalent to almost like a level 2 factory. Let's see if we have enough here, or is our entire air army just going to get demolished? These Raidens are super good. Yep, we still have the same problem as before. So I think we need to try a single, more all-in here. So... do we ever just get a melting point instead of the Vulcan? So we can go for armor. We can go for like the tower snipe. Probably could still put a missile here. Probably could have put a missile here. Probably could put this guy like right here, just to help with these guys. Wonder if we need to click range, just so we get a better chance to snipe. Okay, so now we're trying the snipe factory, the conclusion factory. The only problem is, yeah, with the snipe factory, you know, if there's a melter here, it's pretty bad. How come it's not moving forward? It looks like it's a pretty bad beacon. Okay, so the melting point's doing a lot into the Raidens. The only thing usually the opponent would just put two melters here, which is why I didn't really want to commit into it. But considering that we went for the boat, that was really stupid. Now this would have probably worked even with a level 1, but you know, so we could even try with a level 1 here. So we can go for armor, we can go for range. Just put this here, go for missile. Let's see if our beacon is, you know, if our beacon needs to be improved here. If it can be improved. Okay. Some wasps here would also be good to act as chaff. I don't know how far we want to take the wasps. If we need 2 packs, it might actually be pretty good. Oh wow. The wasps get 1 shot. So maybe the wasps are not amazing. The beacon is not working because there's something here. Might have needed to position it like this instead. But a level 1 war factory is seemingly enough. But it's very important that we get the tower snipe. And we also probably don't even need the armor. So I wonder if it's just better to put 2 factories with just range. It didn't look like those wasps did anything. Okay, so we have just enough for the beacon. Let's try to do a better beacon here. Let's try to go... I mean, it's got to be like this, I guess. So as long as there's no ground units here, this guy should just continue to move. Or is it because there's air? I don't know why it's not moving. Is it because there's air units here? Is level 1 without armor enough? Also? Kind of almost doesn't look like it. But what happens here? The only problem is what if he puts the 2 melters, right? Just also seems really scary to go for a single war factory without any armor on this side. And it never occurred to me that we needed the melter to kill those Raidens. Wait, so is there anything we could have done on the very last round? Okay, going from what we learned the previous round, which is we want probably like the range version. It kind of sucks to sell this and then, but at least we still, okay, so we could try the same thing we did before. We actually have space for that. We can go for range as a priority. We're mainly just trying to snipe. And I don't know. We could go for a crawler or something. I guess we can go for a missile interceptor. We don't even need a crawler. The crawler here would be nice. We can go for a missile interceptor here. We can go for a crawler here. And maybe we go with the beacon here, because there's not that much. You know, there's not that much here, right? For the war factory. And at this point, I think it was just more missiles. Maybe even like a missile for his air army. Okay, so this is actually our missile, right? But it's still good to have the missile interceptor. Okay, this guy isn't looking so good, but we're about to get the tower, I think. Might be too little too late though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if we can clear this. Okay. Now we won the chaff battle. So okay. There we go. That works. Now, is it the range that won us the game, or is it actually the armor? So we have to get rid of this guy, I think. Or we could beacon this guy back. I don't think yeah, if we sell this, we can beacon this guy back, actually. I think we want armor, if possible. We definitely want a tech, but I don't think we can afford too much then. Even just like this is fine. Let's go for the armor. No money to do anything else. He's gonna missile this for sure. But maybe it gets away in time. See? This is good. Let's keep moving for factory. Okay, see? So I guess this is like it's kind of like a tank factory, but it also does a lot of damage too. So we lose this side, obviously, but we're getting the tower. This guy is beacon way too far back. It would be better if he was like, you know, if he just went back a little bit. I'm not sure if we have enough air units now because of that chain is so deadly. All right, sell this. Let's go back again. I wonder if it's like you go back and then you go straight forward. And would you ever just put 2 factories here since there's so much at stake on this side? Kind of almost feels like you should put 2 factories here. But this one kind of snipes the tower sneakily. This is just tanking for days. The only problem here is that, I mean, it's not a huge problem. It's still like if you give them 1 factory or 2 factories or 3 factories, it still takes the same because the Raidens shoot 3 of the same time. So I don't know what's happening here. Okay. So it looks like just purely tanking is not going to be enough. We'll skip. And we could keep trying, like just the tank method. So now we're super tanky and go like this, you know. And now we can kind of try to go for the tower here. There's no way we can dodge the missile, so we just try to missile ourselves. An oil would be good here, I think. Probably just more missiles in general here is always going to be good. If you watch here, like the thing is, it's the Phoenixes will get destroyed because they're still getting chained into. But at least these guys are going into the tower. At least we have that. And we do have some Mustangs left over that can potentially fix this problem. So it does look like the tank factory is kind of what we need here. This guy's at like full health. Yeah, so this is the best possible result. So I do think it's actually 2 level 2 factories. The only other thing we can try is, you know, how important is the tanking versus how important is the range for the sniping. So I think I like the beacon where it goes back like this and then goes like this. Do this, put it here. Let's try the range now. We can actually try both, actually. Yeah, if you have money, why not go for both, right? The only problem is there's no speed, so I wonder if that makes a difference with this War Factory getting locked on, but I think it goes far back enough. Okay, so War Factory's out of the danger zone, I think. Now it's back into the danger zone, but it's got range, so it's able to fight back, and there's almost nothing left. As long as it starts firing now onto the melter. Okay. So we still kind of lose it, but is that going to be a big deal or not? Are we going to be able to clean up? It's very close. It does work. It's a lesser of a victory. So now we'll just try only to go for the range, and I think even the speed maybe even makes kind of. I think in this scenario it's almost worth it, the speed, because we do have so much money. Right, and we do want to get in there real quick. So I think this guy, we want to move him back for sure, just so it doesn't go into the melter. We can actually afford 2 naked war factories here, and then just see what they want to do. Right, it's an option with the extra, and then we can click also the temp speed as well. I think this is off by a square. I'm not sure. But this is moving very, very fast. Even here, the speed is doing a lot. This war factory is very, very close to dying. Now we're getting really quick speed on the... It doesn't even need a beacon. You'd almost want this war factory to be like going from here to here instead, just so it can get into the other, can get into the tower a little better. Now we lose all our air. But 45 seconds, I don't think he can kill this. So, well, it's actually extremely close. I think he does kill it now. Yeah, so that doesn't work. Okay, so I think it's... The last thing we need to try is the range. I still don't mind the speed as an experiment, just so we can get out of the lock quicker. And I think we need to beacon this guy backwards for sure. The missile here is probably going to be good. Missile here is probably going to be good too. The only problem with this is that the range doesn't matter because everything's closing in. It's just that the moment when everything is dead, then it moves into the tower a lot quicker. It kind of makes sense to have something here because we would already be going for the tower, but look, it goes into the tower surprisingly quickly. So that range is better. Range is better than the armor in this situation. And I think maybe in a lot of situations, the range is going to be better than the armor with these frontline improved war factories. All right, so the game didn't go as well as we wanted to, but it almost seemed like the initial improved war factory was not a throw. So thank God that we didn't lose the game from doing something stupid. And it was just a matter of how we followed up, actually. That was the mistake. The biggest mistake was the forward boat. I thought the boat would just one-shot the Raidens, but I think it's the other way around. That's why we don't play boat. We have no idea what the boat is supposed to do. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.